Hello everybody, this is Dear Mama Cell, and it is 11 degrees here in southern British Columbia, which would equate to 51, I should know that, in American. It is cloudy, totally, actually not totally cloudy. Somewhere or another I feel the sun trying to burn through the cloud, but it is cloudy. Everywhere you look. We've got lots of trees still in beautiful color, as you can probably see. So it's a good day to be driving and to be grateful to be driving. Today, of course, is the American midterm elections, so I hope everybody got out and voted, because if you don't vote, then don't complain. It's an interesting one, isn't it? It's just a reality check of how everything's going, and I feel that whichever way you feel about politics, that you have the right to feel, and you have the right to have your opinion, and you know, you certainly need to vote. It amazes me how many people have a very strong opinion and yet for some reason don't bother to vote. It's almost as though they think that by not voting, well, I guess by not voting, you're voting as well. You're voting that you don't care. Either way. So, interesting. Anyway, having said that, vote. And then maybe I should make that my word of the day. Because by the time I get home and start to put this vlog together, I guess the polls will be closing. Not only closing, but some will already be counting. And by the time I start tomorrow's vote, we should get a pretty good idea of what's going on. So, yeah, it's about what do we vote for? I'm a great believer, and I've said this time and time again, and I will continue to say so for as long as I breathe breath, which is, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. I can't remember who originally said that, but boy, do I agree with that. And the point being that a lot of people like to complain, but very few people like to make change. You know, changing anything is not everybody's best idea. You know, we get set in our ways, we like the way we do things, and that's it. And so, one of the problems that we have is that it's easier sometimes just to go with the flow than it is to actually make change. And so we end up, in some cases, we end up sort of voting, if you like, for let's just keep it as it is. Because it might not be good, but it's better than change. And I think we all need to look at our lives and go, how much am I doing that in my life? Now, you will all know that for a couple of months there in the summer, I was out every day exercising, and I was definitely definitely putting a vote in for better health. You get my drift? I was casting my ballot to be in better health. And I look at what I've done over the Halloween period and go, really, how smart was this? Now, if I continue to beat up on myself, you understand, I will just put on the next 3 pounds or whatever and throw my hands up in the air and say, what's the point? Except I won't do that because I don't quit. But it's just, you know, really, I was really looking after myself for a couple of months there, and it's time to look at it again. So, because we all know that come Christmas I'm going to be eating lots of food that I probably shouldn't, and be a good idea to just take off a few pounds before then. And it's not going to happen unless I do something constructive. Now, the one thing that I do know from doing some research into this is that even going down and starting to clean out my garage for 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, you know, counts as exercise points, and you're using muscles that you wouldn't normally use, and therefore it is exercise. So I don't have any excuses. I have a total gym, and I have a garage that desperately needs cleaning out. I have a back office that desperately needs some work on it. What I seem to have is a lack of energy by the time I get home. I do a full day's work and I still need to get the vlog up and do it, and I just don't seem to have energy for anything else. So, is that a reality? Is that fair enough? Probably, but I need to start getting my ducks in a row. Come home and not sit down. Come home and do something and then sit down. Now, it's also the time of year, I don't know about where you are, but it is the time of year for me as well to do things like to start shutting down the systems outside. For example, it's time to start draining the hose pipes and hose pipe lines so that we get a bad frost or two that we're not going to have a problem. It's also time to drain the trailer. So quite a lot of things to do, and I need to do them on Friday afternoon because I'm going out on Saturday. So I'm going to have a busy Friday. When you also know that I do a couple of broadcasts on Friday. So it's going to be a very busy Friday, which is good. And it'll get me some exercise as well, because it's doing things that I don't normally do, which means it stretches and uses muscles I don't usually use. So on the good side, I have to say that I heard Christmas music this morning. Can you believe it? It is the first week in November and I heard Christmas music this morning. We haven't even had the American Black Friday yet, and we're already into... I must admit, it was on an ad. It wasn't sort of like a full-blown Christmas music. And I'm going, oh gosh, I can't believe it. I mean, it's good news in as much as it's a wake-up call, and we all need to be ready for it. I also need to start making a baby blankie for somebody we know. So I've got to get my wool out and sit and relax and make a baby blanket, which will be filled with love. And was the point being that I will need to send it probably after Christmas, because sending anything before Christmas would be extremely stupid. Or maybe not. Well, yeah, by the time I've made it and then send it, yeah, it'll be right in the Christmas period. So, it'll be fun to make. I love making them because they're made with lots of love, so that's awesome. Well, everybody, I hope you have a good day. I'm definitely aware that today is, it looks like it's going to be rain-free, which is great. Oh, Carly. By the way, Carly told me she doesn't live in Singapore at all. It's just that the umbrella came from there. Duh. That's what I thought. I didn't think she lived over there. So I was correct. I'm not going insane. But she just loved the cuteness of the little umbrella, and so did we all. And that was where she got it from. I don't mind what the story is. I just loved it. I thought it was so cute. Can you believe how much traffic there is at this time of the morning, really? It's amazing. Okay, let's try and get out of the way here. So it's this decision day for me as well. It's for those of you in the States, it's your time to vote and make a decision as to what you want done in the Senate and the House of Representatives. And in my life, it's time for me to vote what I want to do with my health, whether I'm going to sit around like a slug all winter, or the rest of the fall and then winter, or whether I'm going to get off my somewhat padded rear end and do something positive for myself. And only I can decide that, and only I can do anything about it. And if I procrastinate much longer, it'll be more difficult. So it's time to care. And if it means that I need to do life differently, so be it. I found last night, for example, I got home from work last night and I fell fast asleep. That's why the vlog was late yesterday. I literally got home, turned on the news, went fast asleep, and that put me that many hours behind the 8 ball when I woke up in terms of getting the vlog up. So the vlog didn't go up until well after midnight last night. Not a good idea. But it got up. That's the main thing. All right, everybody, have a good day. I hope it's a fun day for you. I hope you vote in not only your political life, but also in your personal life. And let's step towards a better future all round. This is Dear Mama Sal saying thank you so much for watching. For those of you who are new, know that we are on dearmamasal.com. That's where we have a lot of the information that you might need when we do the broadcasts and the links to the broadcast, things like that. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, under Dear Mama Sal, on Instagram under the real Dear Mama Sal, because somebody took Dear Mama Sal, no comment. And I'm not doing very well on Instagram. I still have to get that one going. Somebody's going to train me in that one slightly better. All right, and if ever you want to write, if you've got any problems going on that you'd like some input on, I don't have answers, but I have input. And hopefully I have options for you. And if you would like to write, please write to me at dearmamasal@gmail.com. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, and I am very touched by the number of people who do write. And I think everybody will tell you that it might not be instantly, but I try and get back to absolutely everybody. And if I've ever not replied to your email or your private message on Facebook or whatever, it's because I missed it. If you know what I mean. It's for some reason I got distracted that day and missed it, because I really work very, very hard to try and answer everything that comes in. So have a good one. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, take it easy, look after yourselves. There's a stupid guy walking around in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's, well, never mind. What can I say? He looks like he's still asleep, so maybe that's why he thinks it's still warm. Bye-bye for now.